Okay, so then that probably should lead us to a discussion in the ham radio world of MFJ.
Oh,
Wah, wah,
this sounds
wah.
like a new video.
Might be, but
I'm Timmy,
I'm Justin.
I again am Nathan.
and this is still
Still,
Three Old Tech Dudes.
Despite our best efforts.
despite everything we've done,
So,
we're still here.
you mentioned something there, Nathan. A little MFJ. You said
Yeah.
something's happened to
So
MFJ. What's happened?
It wasn't
MFJ,
good.
the owner, I guess, decided. Well, he's in his 80s, maybe.
Martin
Good.
F.
That's
Jew.
good.
It's not what some people think MFJ stood for, but
No, it's the guy's actual guy's like abbreviated part of his name or something like that. Like,
it's his whole name. It's MFJ. Martin F. Jew. Jue.
and yeah, but that's like it's just abbreviation for his name.
What do people think that it stands for, Timmy?
Oh, I'm not. That's not a no. That's so back in the early '90s, when occasionally quality control was interesting.
It was
Uh,
Mother Fork and
yes.
Jug. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I knew. I just wanted to see if you'd
Something
say
like
it.
that.
it was
Nope.
the full blown
Oh,
F word at that point.
I'm
Anyway,
a good boy.
and a good example of that would be, and this is a true story, no kidding. So I worked for, um, R&L Electronics when they had a store in Indianapolis. I was just a tech in the store, and they sold a bunch of these tuners, antenna tuners, which is a thing. It's a device for those who don't know. It connects your antenna to your radio, and it's the device in the middle that allows the two to be matched, so the antenna and the radio are at the same, for generically, like the same resistance, same level, so they understand each other good. Let's just leave it at that, because it can go way further in that. But so this device, which contains uh, variable coil, and a couple of big blade capacitors to make those adjustments, they'd assemble these, and they box them up, and everything else, and sell them. And it's a common I've made my own. Timmy, you've got a couple MFJs, I think.
I do.
They're really common. Well, we had, I want to say 20 of these come in, and started immediately after selling them. They started coming back very, very quickly. Like, this is not working. And Roger, I think it was, actually told me, who was one of the owners, told me, yeah, open it up, see what's wrong. Open it up, like, it'd probably work if it was soldered.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing was soldered at all in that thing. So I
So
went through and I just soldered one up, and we tried it, and it worked perfectly.
worked
I'm like,
great. Yeah.
all right, pull them all, solder them all. So
That
now
that
that was
improved
a
a lot
long time
later
ago.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
their quality became
so
much, much better.
MFJ is not a big company. They had a little factory in, I
Yeah.
think, Starkville, Mississippi. I've
Yes.
looked it up on Google before. It's not a
It's a
big facility.
it's tiny little buildings. It's
And
like 4 now, 4
but
or
they
5
have
buildings.
sold so much add-on amateur radio equipment at what would honestly be fair prices, especially inductor antenna and tuners, antenna tuners. So you could get a 949E for maybe $150, $160, and that
Yeah.
allows you to get on there, especially with an older HF radio.
Oh, yeah.
I have their differential C roller inductor tuner. That's my favorite. I've even got an LG auto tuner, and I actually prefer the roller inductor manual tuner from
Yep.
MFJ over that. So the big situation is MFJ isn't just another manufacturer. There are a lot of components and pieces that they've made for years that you can build a radio station, whether it be a CB, a ham radio, even GMRS nowadays. It's so popular.
Yep. Yeah, or
There's a
not, at least not one company making so many
yeah.
variations of
Nope.
pieces.
And you can get some equivalents from other manufacturers. But what's interesting is MFJ over time, as other manufacturers went by the wayside, High Gain, Ameritron,
Mhm.
Vectronics,
Yeah, they bought them up.
Cushcraft, I think.
Cushcraft, yeah.
even.
Cushcraft is one that I'm worried about, because I use their antennas.
I may be wrong on that. Y'all want to
No,
verify?
I think they are
Was that
Cushcraft.
MFJ owned? Yeah,
I
I
think
think you're right.
Cushcraft is.
So I haven't heard anything yet about a buyer from FJ. It may the way the guy wrote the letter, it made me think that they tried that and nobody bought. Now I wonder if they'll sell some of the brands, much like MFJ did. Like I can't imagine Ameritron going away. They're more Ameritron amplifiers I see out there than anything in ham radio.
Yeah. And I think the Mirage amps, I think, are theirs
Yeah,
too.
maybe.
'Cause-
Yeah.
and I have one of those. Um, so like if you want an antenna tester, so it's you've seen it. We've used mine on several things. Actually, Tim, I gave you my old one, but I have that newer one. And it just you hook it to an antenna and you can sweep across frequency. It tells you where it's actually resonant at.
Mm-hmm.
And there are other brands of those out there. However, you have to order them from China. Whereas MFJ is made in Mississippi.
Yep. Yeah, they were founded in 72, I was just reading, and they stopped on-site production, it says, May 17th. So that was this past Friday. So
yeah. That's to me, that's like, okay, what do I need to buy right now? Because
because you can still get stuff right now, but
yeah. And there's no stock out there. You'll be able to find stuff for a long time, but they were a big supplier, right? They supplied a lot of stuff to a lot of people. Like, it's hard. I can't imagine someone having a full blown shack setup, ham radio setup, shack setup, same thing, and not have MFJ stuff in there somewhere.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, I've got a bunch. I mean, it's just what's the ham radio community going to do? I mean, obviously we can survive for a little bit on the stuff that's out there, but it's like I said, at least I don't think they went down because of like going out of business because there's just no business. I think it's literally the guy just got old and said, "I'm done."
That's the letter said that, didn't it? That
it did. Here's what he actually said. Martin, the owner, he said, "Times have changed since I started this business 52 years ago. Our products line grew and prospered. COVID changed everything for businesses, including ours. It was the hardest hit that we have ever had, and we never fully recovered."
Yeah,
I'm puzzled by that because was it they couldn't get components because ham radio stuff sold the fastest maybe it ever has between 2020 and 2022.
So it's going to be a product availability,
supply chain issues maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
supply chain is a problem.
Mr. Martin FG wanted to retire. He's 80. So
yeah, he's in his 80s. So
yeah, but it says they're going to remain open for the foreseeable future, selling the inventory. So they'll continue to offer repair services. So we'll see.
Yeah, my guess is they're probably going to go for like a year or two yet on what they've got left, but it's still kind of like one of those. It's like, okay, who's going to take up the slack for that?
Yeah, because all the brands we mentioned was actually an accurate list. I just looked. So
yeah, it's on the top of their website has it listed out. I think
we pulled that out of our heads pretty well, didn't we? It's like we've seen some stuff.
So. Yeah, I look. So my concern is there's obviously supply chain issues, and it probably did hit them hard, and it probably is continuing to hit them hard because not only is supply chain of the stuff they need, but it's supply chain for a lot of stuff is still being hit hard, hilariously. But then you've got economic slowdown happening right now, and you've got just the nightmare that is China right now, with economic shutdown there and the politics of that. But anyway, it's they're having issues with getting anything, and then how's it gonna be, how's the slack gonna be taken up, and who's gonna do it, if anyone.
So anyway, so we're hoping some good news comes to ham radio between cybersecurity issues, ARRL and MFJ shutting down.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
If Ivcom quits making ham radios, I'm just going to turn in my license. Here's our thoughts on MFJ, I guess, and some other stuff like
they will be missed.
Random as they were.
Yes, and they were very random. It was like all the print ads were black and white when everything else was color. And it was just a giant list of small pictures and prices, which was useful. So,
yeah, I mean, In all
CW
honesty,
interpreter with the LCD screen on it.
yeah.
Yay!
But if you get where they're like their
Yay!
testers, a black and white picture is just fine. There's no color on the thing anyway.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they're all, that's pretty true. Maybe a red MFJ logo if they were feeling spicy that day. So.
Oh, I did like there's a red power LED. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you need? It's 2 needles and a frequency display.
Right. That's
know.
true.
It did its job and it did it well. Mine still works just fine. The one I picked up at Dayton a couple of years ago for $50 works perfectly well.
Yeah. Whew. Well, I'll tell you what, fellers, we better wrap it up on that one.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Hey, till next time, I'm Timmy.
I'm Justin.
I'm Nathan.
This is 3 Old Tech Dudes. Thanks for hanging out with us here on 3 Old Tech Dudes. Please subscribe to us here on YouTube for more tech old and new, tinkering at the workbench, repairs, ham radio, electronics, computers, and more. Please like this video and share 3OTD with your friends to help us grow the channel. We tweet at 3 Old Tech Dudes 1 on Twitter, and you can keep up with us on Facebook. Just search for 3OTD and look for our logo. Thanks so much for watching.